All right,
I'd like to welcome you all to the Fountain Lake School District January meeting. If we can start with a pledge and prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight. Just thank you for your many blessings. Just thank you for your Jesus, Lord. Just thank you for your Son, Lord. It's so awesome that we're in a place that we can just talk about Him and worship Him, Lord. We just thank you for the school district. Ask you to just be with us members, Lord, as we just try to make the best decisions for the students, the staff, the community. Just guide and protect us in every way that you can. Just let us finish out the year strong. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
All right. No public comment? Okay. Next item is our consent agenda. We've all had a chance to go through that. Hold on, I'm on the wrong one. I clicked on something. High school monthly report. Dr. Whitley.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for all that you do. Happy School Board Appreciation. So we'll kind of hop into it, talk about all the cool things that are happening at the high school, all the plans we have for this year, the goals that we're going to work on, work towards for this year. So just some celebrations, a few awesome things we got going on. At the top left, we have a picture up there, our East studio. We have now a podcasting studio set up. It's a really neat opportunity for our kids. It's a great way for any information to get out to families. We're working on growing that channel for our Fountain Lake TV. Coach Rose and the East kids have done a phenomenal job with that. Just some different things going on, great classroom stuff. We've been in our classrooms, seeing all the great teaching that's going on. Shout out to our clubs. At the top right, I have a picture of 3 young men that went and competed at Camp Couchdale and FFA. Are doing some really great things there. Mr. Dykes is doing a fantastic job for us. At the bottom left, we had a group of kids that went out over Christmas to help with Operation Christmas Child at a local church, helping move stuff, pack things. And then band send-off is just a great opportunity for our community. Seeing a lot of great community involvement going on at the high school, supporting our kids in different facets. So definitely appreciate those, and those are kind of some highlights. So last year, the LEARNS Act came out, and then kind of LEARNS 2.0 hit us this summer with the Access Bill is what they call it. So just a few things that really have impacted all public schools. So the access legislation that came out last year broadened accelerated coursework. Me and Mr. Robertson have been working through that in our leadership team, trying to figure out what exactly that means, what that's going to look like for our kids. One of the big impacts that it had, standardized the weights of the courses. So as we start planning for next year, the 26-27 school year, you're going to start hearing about weighted courses with concurrent credit. It used to be just AP, and then they added concurrent and CASE, our CASE, which is our Agri opportunities for our students. CASE Plant Science we currently have, CASE Natural Resources we have, and we're looking to add CASE Animal Science next year. All of those will be 5.0 classes, so it kind of hits a wide range of subject areas there. So one of the really neat things that Access did for us, the funding for concurrent credit courses, Access came out with the Access to Acceleration Scholarship, or the A2A. It took that lottery scholarship, moved it down to the high school level so that our kids can receive some of those scholarship opportunities for funding freshmen, sophomore, junior, and senior students enrolled in our school. It's a really neat thing. I was worried when we first opened it up because the Access Bill says, hey, kids need to be able to take as many accelerated opportunities as possible. One of the common things that I heard a lot of schools earlier this summer talk about was, well, what about the funding? Because college classes aren't cheap. I originally thought we were going to have a huge bill for concurrent credit. It ended up being $1,100 because of the scholarship. It covers up to $65 a credit hour, up to 15 hours, or $2,000 per year. We have some students that are hitting over that mark, so that's where that $1,000 came in for us. look to pay for those kids that are taking over 50 concurrent credit hours. Some requirements there that have to keep a 2.5 GPA in college courses. And if a student fails to maintain that after 2 semesters, they're no longer eligible for that scholarship. National Park's been a great partner with us. They handle all the scholarship pieces and making sure that funding is applied to our kids and to the school outcome rolls out. So one thing we've kind of had this question all year leading up to this year is what do our FLHS students want/need? So early in October, we gave a student interest survey, surveyed our kids to see kind of what pathway they're interested in going into. What are some things that they're interested in so that we can gear our 26-27 course catalog to meeting those needs. You see the top 10 career paths there. There was a bunch. We had a lot of kids interested in a lot of different things. But when we hit our top 10 there, you see health sciences was number 1. Ag power, those kids that want to go into welding. Engineering, sports medicine, and on down that list. So what we've tried to do this year, I put auto technician and cosmetology on there because those were a few of they were 11 and 12. So as we're talking about this and planning for the future, 55% of our kids plan to go to college at some point, and this is 8th grade to our juniors. 30% want to go right into work or trade school. We had about 2% that wanted to be enlisted going into the armed forces, and then about 13% of our student population that was surveyed, like I said, from 8th grade to juniors, were just kind of undecided. They weren't sure. So our goal is obviously to move those kids from undecided into one of those, either enlistment, work, trade, or hopefully the college path. So one of the things that I want to do and the high school wants to do for our kids is how can we say yes? How can we say yes to finding a pathway for kids and doing that in a way that we can really move the needle and give students a reason to show up every day and come to school. So we're going to continue this year growing access to national park courses. If there's a national park course that our kids can take, we want to make sure that we get them paired up with national park to take concurrent credit classes so that they know everything. In our course catalog, we've built out what's called the Cobra Dual Pathway Program, which aligns our high school graduation requirements to the concurrent credit requirements, so that when our kids do take those college classes, they'll count for high school graduation. That way they're not having to double up, and that way it kind of streamlines that process. Saline County Career and Technical, we just had a group of sophomores that went out for a tour, had fantastic opportunities there, about opening up some of those more opportunities for those kids through our 3 different sections there. Right now we offer 2. We're looking at offering 3 different options so that it kind of hits a wide array of times for those kids to be able to go to. And then one of the things that's been a goal for us is expanding CTE pathways. So CTE is the Career Technical Education. Currently this year we have 5 on-site pathways. Moving into the 26-27 school year, we're looking at offering 9 different pathways here on site, and that would be the minimum. We're looking at adding a few different, but at this current time we have about 9 of those opportunities.
So will they be taking the classes here but get the credit hours through there, or do they have to leave campus head that way?
So for the CTE programs, we do have a few. One of the requirements of the Access Bill, they came out and said, hey, high schools will be able to offer concurrent credit classes here on site. The issue is the accreditation for colleges around the nation. You have to have somebody that has a master's degree in that content area, or a master's degree plus 18 hours in that content. So you're running the math classes, science classes, pieces of those. It's hard to find somebody with a master's degree in science, master's degree in math. But we do have some opportunities. Our pre-educator pathway will be the one that will be concurrent credit because Ms. Robertson is doing that for us right now. She has a master's degree in education, so she'll be able to count that towards that concurrent, so she'll be able to pick those up. We also have Ms. Cox that's on staff at the high school. She actually has a master's degree in geology. So with that, she'll be able to offer some on-site college level science classes next year. So we have a handful, but when we start looking at those 9 pathways, it's hard to find somebody, like I said, a master's degree in engineering that's teaching high school.
Right. Makes sense.
And then the fourth one I'm really excited about is our work-based learning opportunities. They call it WBL. And what that is, it would allow our kids, it's work study, they just rebranded it to work-based learning. So what this would be, we're going to offer this exclusively to seniors next school year, and those kids that are taking The rest of their credits to graduate, we can offer this either in the back half of the day or hopefully the front end of the day, where for kids in athletics or band or whatever activity they're in, they can still participate, but they can also get that on-job, on-site experience. So we're working on rolling that stuff out for our kids this week and giving more information. And all this will culminate in CAPS conference, which is February 12th. So here's an infographic Mr. Robertson put together for us. So it just kind of gives you an idea of the on-site pathways that we will be offering next school year here on campus. So we have engineering, our ag power, structural and technical systems, which is welding, that piece of it. Animal systems, plant systems, fashion and interior design, sports medicine, culinary arts, restaurant management. Arkansas Security Service and Security, that one is a pathway. We don't have ROTC or JROTC here, but that Arkansas Service and Security would allow our kids that are interested in enlistment or may be interested in taking a class to learn more about it, they'll have a pathway for that. And then our pre-educator. So just some dates that are coming up, some important dates. So CAPS conference and / parent teacher conference is February 12th. Right now at high school, we're working on rolling this information out to our kids and our families. This week we're meeting with groups of kids, those that are interested in taking concurrent credit classes, those interested in going to Saline County for those CTE pathways that they offer there, which is a little bit different than what we offer. But they also get college credit for that. And then we also are going to, on Thursday, we'll be talking with our kids interested, those juniors going to be seniors, those interested in doing the work-based learning. March 11th, we have the ACT for juniors. That's a free ACT test that all juniors can take. The 17th, we'll be offering the junior and senior ACT work keys assessment, where if they score platinum or gold on that, they can get a cord for graduation, some pieces there. And also, if they score platinum or gold, that helps our school report card grade as well. Senior signing day, April 14th, in Bass Gym from 10 to 11. May 4th is our awards gala in Sargo Auditorium from 7 to 9 p.m. And then obviously graduation is May 8th at the OZK Arena. So.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Next, we got our consent agenda. We've all had a chance to look over that. Anybody got any questions? So we'll consider that approved by unanimous consent. Then we got items for consideration.
All right. Hayden, you want to talk about the cafeteria, please?
Yeah, so we've had excess funds in our cafeteria that we've been getting letters from, been brainstorming with Mr. Landry on what we can do in that cafeteria. With the remodeling in the past, we are looking at some tables now. So this is, we only reduced by 15 seats that we have available in the cafeteria now, down to 323. This is a Tip Taps vendor. You want to scroll to the layout design, Mr. Campbell? I'll roll through that real quick. Go down one more. Keep going. Here, that's a good shot. So you can see on the north end where you see the 2 or 3 yellow tables. Those are bar stool height tables, about 32 inches to the bottom of the seats. The stools are a little bit higher than that. A lot of Fountain Lake branding on these. We have the Cobra logo alternating between the purple and gold. And that is not highlighter yellow. That's just how that rendering looks. Our samples do match that new flooring we went with this summer, that purple and gold layout, so they match really, really well. You can see there's 2 more bar stool locations. Kind of just gives that an exciting environment, a good feel, modern feel when you walk into the cafeteria. Again, alternating the colors, have some wave tables in there. Again with the branding of the logo, just getting our brand out there wherever we can. So again, this is utilizing strictly Fund 8. This is our USDA funds. We have reached out to Child Nutrition. This is a qualifier that we can purchase tables and chairs with Fund 8 items. So we're just looking to purchase these for the cafeteria.
Last summer, we started doing upgrades in our cafeterias. So we refloored it, we repainted it. Now we're starting to get tables, and these this way it'll help us, we'll be able to feed in both cafeterias, elementary, middle school, and high school. So we're gonna have, so.
And what do you do with the old tables?
Well, what we're gonna do is the ones that we are messed up or broken or whatever, we will probably get rid of those. Other ones, we'll probably take the best and kind of put a few back, just in case we need some other tables. Others we can put on gov deals or take bids from churches and schools.
On the elementary tables, will any of those going, or is elementary still in pretty good shape?
I think those are in pretty good shape. We purchased those, it hasn't been 6 years yet, but on the five-year mark. They're in pretty good shape. These actually, if you sat in those are the same style, those are the widest seats you can get for K-12. And applications that fold up like this, so it's the same seat as on the elementary side, as on the high school, middle school.
So you said we're gonna have more than one lunchroom now?
Well, both ones, but right now we kind of got them separated from, middle school, high school, and elementary. The way we're going to work our master schedule, we're going to be able to feed elementary kids, one group in the elementary cafeteria, one in the high school, which would be elementary kids there. This type of seating will help us be able to feed the elementary kids.
Will we be able to fix from people eating lunch at 10:30 or?
That's kind of what I was getting.
What we're hoping to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big concern, just trying to,
Yeah,
instead of making them eat at 10:30 and they don't get home till, whenever.
4 or 5, if they got sports and they're starving them all day, and you can't
Yes.
think at the end of the day, it's just starving.
Yeah, the way we're going to do it, we'll have less lunch periods as far as many kids eating at different times, so we're going to try to mainstay that.
More generally closer towards noon.
Mhm.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I especially like the fun day part.
Motion to approve cafeteria table purchase from SOPA in the amount of $162,845.29 from Food Service Fund 8.
All right, motion is to approve cafeteria table purchase from SOFA in the amount of $162,845.29 from Food Service Fund 8. All in favor say aye. Aye. None opposed, 4-0. Got one more.
All right.
And then
You would go ahead and, y'all ready for this one?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay. All right, this is kind of a lease, this is a lease agreement between Fountain Lake Schools and Jessieville Schools with Garland County Library for the North Branch lease agreement, meaning they're gonna have a satellite, they're gonna build a satellite library at the Boys and Girls Club there. This is just talking about, it's gonna be a 99-year lease with, Jessieville's the name on the lease, but we're partnered with Jessieville on it. So we'll have a 99 years lease with Garland County Library. Also, in that lease agreement, it states that they will pay 20% of the sewer treatment center, that bill every month. So that'll kind of help us out with that too. So you can probably show the rendering. This is kind of what it's going to look like right here. This is the actual Boys and Girls Club building. The baseball fields are up at the top and around here. So they're going to take this parking lot, this dotted area. This is where they're going to build the satellite library there, and they're going to take care of all that stuff.
When they decided to do about that?
We have put it out to see if anyone's interested. We tried to give it away, no one was interested in it, so.
That could be anybody, right? So people that listening, the building he's got right here,
Yes,
right here is pretty much up for grabs.
Yes.
Right, because they're gonna end up tearing it down.
yes, the Garland County Library are gonna have to pay to get it torn down, get it out of the way where they can start construction.
That's what I was gonna ask when I read this.
Mhm.
They're responsible for it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but if anybody wants it,
Mhm.
get with Hayden, Mr.
Absolutely.
Landry, and maybe try to work something
We
out.
can get it together.
Did you say it was a 99?
A 99.
I thought it said through 2076.
No, it's gonna be a 99.
It's a 99-year lease.
I don't care, I mean, I doubt I'm here.
Yeah,
But
and,
I guess we'll have them
you know, and if something happens in the future that both school districts decide to sell that property, that lease will flip over into whoever buys that, so that lease will still be with
Yeah,
that.
Article 2, where it says term, is where I saw that, I didn't know.
That should be a 99-year lease. If it's not, we can get that fixed.
I guess they just agreed on the 50.
Yeah, I guess they agree. That'd be Garden County.
That's fine.
They're the
Yeah,
ones
fine
who
too.
do that.
I'm
concerned with 50 or
99. I don't think I'll be here, but it just,
And they're gonna be responsible for taxes, all that stuff.
Everything, any building, they're gonna be responsible for electricity, water, anything on that.
And on the
property.
sewer, I know we've had some issues with that in the past. If we have to go in there and spend $100,000.
They're 20%.
20%.
I guess the rest of the lease will pay for that.
And then on that picture, you know, I talked to Mr. Landry about like that, the parking lot. So they're gonna have about somewhere where the light poles are, I
Yes.
assume. Yeah, somewhere
Yes.
in there. So we'll still be able to use it, you know, but they're gonna maintain that part.
They're gonna maintain that red square, I guess you'd call it, and then, you know, eventually we're gonna have to look at it with both school districts and see, you know, try to make that look nicer and stuff, unless we do decide to.
ready?
Yeah.
Motion to approve Garland County Library North Branch lease agreement.
All right, so the motion to approve Garland County Library North Branch lease agreement, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
None opposed, 4-0.
I know there's several people that I've spoken to just in passing out in the village that are excited about this. I mean, just people I may not even know, but they said, how's that gonna, you know, is that still going? And I said, yeah, you know, and we're working, lawyers are working, so this would be something good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it'd be good, because then we talked about like kids' field trips, you know, we could have a way to bring them up there,
Absolutely.
which we could always go to town, but just something in our own backyard.
Absolutely.
All right, board comment, anything?
I got one thing, one thing I became aware of is we have a YouTube channel. Fountain Lake, I don't know what it's called, Fountain Lake TV. And it's on YouTube, and I had Coach Rhodes called me the other night, and said, take a gander, you know, and I said, okay. So those people who don't know, we have a YouTube channel, and it's pretty neat. I mean, they did a really professional job, and the one I saw was real good, and anyway, so for those listening, go to YouTube TV and find, or YouTube, not YouTube TV, YouTube, and find Fountain Lake TV.
Yes.
So,
And we'll broadcast
That's
that.
pretty
We'll,
good.
we'll send that out and make sure everyone's aware of that.
Yeah, and I do like the broadcasting group broadcasting the games. If y'all haven't heard that, you really need to log in and get connected on that, because just following along, even if you're, you know, on the radio, you know, whatever, just plug in, you can listen to them, and it's a fun time.
We have kids, I think, right now are excited about it, and they're signing up they're trying to get on the list to become a part of it.
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I got one, the only really thing I got is on talking about, or thinking of Dr. Whitley's high school report. For those listening and stuff, ACTs are coming up. You gave me a date. It's like
March 11th, I think. is-
somewhere soon. But coming from somebody that, when I was in school, I knew I wasn't going to college, so I didn't worry about ACT. But man, even if you don't think you're going to college, you know, get in there, try on those ACT. Yeah, March 11th for the juniors, but try on this test. I mean, because it makes a difference, especially if you know, I've got a 19-year-old son that has been out of school a year, and changed his mind. He started college last Thursday, but he could, when he was in school taking tests, he could care less. You know, so it makes a difference, you know, whether you think you're going to college, you're gonna go in the service. You know, I went in the service, so I wasn't worried about an ACT or the ASVAB when I first took it. I wasn't worried about it. I had to go back and retake it, you know, if I wanted the job that I wanted. But I just encourage parents at home, kids listening, man, when it comes to those tests, take them serious. Get your sleep before, you know, if you eat breakfast, whatever the stats say about all that. But just do your best on those tests, because whether you think you're going to college or you're going to go right into the workforce, you never know. I always tell people, have a backup plan, have a plan B. You know, taking those tests may not seem like it matters when you're 17, 18 years old, but as you get older, you're going to realize, like, man, I really wish I'd have tried harder on that ASVAB. Now I got to have Dad drive me to Little Rock and retake everything to see if I've got enough points for the job that I want. So
That's right.
I just encourage people to try on those tests, even when you get down to the elementary. Make sure them guys are trying hard on them tests, getting their sleep the night before. You know, if they get stumped up, just, you know, try to just get them to try their best.
I got a question on that actually. So you said it's free for juniors and seniors, or free for juniors? So mine's gonna be in the 10th grade soon. I want him to start taking ACTs already. Even if he fails, it's not gonna matter, and just keep taking it, just to kind of get his legs underneath him, kind of get the feel, kind of know what's going on, and start doing it now. And so my question is, free for juniors and seniors, is there a cost? Can I pay? And then have my 9th grader, then 10th grader, he's gonna do it every year until he gets 32. As far as I'm concerned.
A lot of people starting now.
Start now. I mean, I want him to start now. I got a 7th grader. I want him to start now. Fail or not, just keep starting, keep going.
So there are a list of ACT dates. We actually have one coming up in February that's offered here on site. We offer a bunch of ACTs opportunities. There's a bunch in Garland County. I think it's ACT.org.
Okay.
This March test is the state
Yes.
testing. They test all the juniors on that day, so.
So this is a part, this March, this junior ACT testing is a part, I mean, it's part of our report card, just
Yep.
with these juniors.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but on ACTs, let's say you make I'm not scared to say it, say you make a 17, you know, in math or whatever. You keep taking it, you score a 19, a 20,
Takes your best.
it takes your best. So you just keep taking the ones that you're slacking on. Can you take like individual parts? So you could just take the math or the reading, writing. So just keep hammering down on it. I encourage you, even if you're not going to college, you don't think you're going to college, get on there and take those. You know, I think the ASVAB, we're retaking that this year too, right? I encourage
You don't
everybody
have to.
to try their hardest on that stuff.
You don't have to take science.
No science.
You don't have to take it. It is about $60 every time. If you add the writing in there, it's gonna run you close to 100 every time. But
Well, that's a trip to McDonald's, so.
they offer about 8, they offer about 8 tests a year, so you can take it.
Yeah.
I mean, Addison starts in 8th grade. You
Yeah.
can take it every time they offer it.
We also have, so with that, so the ACT, obviously, there's certain cut scores to get into those concurrent credit classes. But we also offer here on site with Mr. Hutchinson, the acupuncture test, where a lot of colleges will take those scores. That maybe the ACT is not your thing, because it's a pretty hefty test, but the acupuncture, you can actually take pieces of it. If you just need the writing piece, you can take the writing piece. If you just need the reading, you take the reading. And we offer that here. Mr. Hutchinson gets the kids and.
Yeah.
and
So on the acuplacer, just for people at home that are listening don't know, I mean, even when you take that acuplacer, they look at that when you go to Garland County, depending on what you made on that acuplacer, you may be taking them classes that you're paying for that don't mean anything, you know, because they all I think they got an average 246 is what we had to have, and we had a 245.6. So we kind of escaped that part of having to retake some classes that you just had to take to go take the regular college classes. So I encourage y'all to just try your best. Anybody else? Brian? Superintendent comment.
Well, I have two things. One thing that we'll probably email out to the board is the statement of financial interest. We'll send that out tomorrow.
I did already.
Oh, you already had it?
Yeah, I just
So if
sent
y'all could get that filled out, because we've got to turn that in. And also, this month is board appreciation, and we just want to thank everything that y'all do for our school district and our kids. And, we have a gift on the table for you, a little, probably not what it needs to be, but we just appreciate everything y'all do for us and our kids. So thank y'all so much.
Appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate you.
We've got personnel.
Motion to accept the resignation of Randy Soros, paraprofessional, effective January 12th, 2026.
All right, motion to accept the resignation of Randy Sorrells, paraprofessional, effective January 12th, 2026. All in favor say aye. Aye. None opposed, 4-0. And then we're going to go into executive session. There'll be no action after the executive session for our annual superintendent evaluation.
Is it okay if y'all are okay if we would just release
Yep.
everyone? So-
Unless y'all want to hang out. Y'all are more than welcome to head on out.